What's up, guys? Bought a new gun a few days back. Before all the hysteria, gun sales got big. It's a Glock 17, 9mm. Um, I know there's tons of videos on it, so I figure I just might as well throw another data point out there. Some people like to call it, just another user's opinion. I always give my honest opinion on things. I don't drink nobody's Kool-Aid. So anyway, the Glock, it'd be hard for anybody. You'd have to really be brand loyal to hate Glocks. There might be features about it you don't like, but to say it's a bad gun or an unreliable gun, it's that right there says something about who you are and your point of view. These are definitely one of the most reliable guns in the world and one of the best. It's not pretty, hasn't got the bells and whistles, but it is a hardcore duty gun. They got one of the best reputations for reliability and durability there is. Anyway, start off, your standard magazines hold 17. 17 plus 1, that's 18. If I use magazines, I only use Glock ones. I've had luck in the past with Koreans and like Kel-Tec Sub 2000, but I will never buy another one. That's when I first started out buying guns. I didn't know a whole lot. This is a Glock 33 rounder for 9mm. You put in there, they'll show you that I have safety checked this gun, but it is, so you can see it unloaded. There's no magazine in it. There's a chamber indicator on this gun, but it's just barely a chamber indicator. I don't really care for it much myself anyway. It feels good in the hands. By the way, I guess I'll tell you about what I've shot through it so far. I think I've shot about 350 rounds through it. All flawless, no fails to function or anything. And the thing is, I've shot about 5, maybe even 6 different brands of hollow points. Remington, I'm just gonna name off the ones I know. Because I've owned quite a few 9mm before, and I've shot at different ones. I got Critical Defense, UMC, Euro Critical Defense, UMC, Hydroshock, and a few others. I can't remember off the top of my head. But anyway, I've shot I don't know, it was 5 of them. And I've probably shot about 8 different types of ammo in here, period. Cellar and billet, I know I've shot it. Federal. Some independents, I don't know a whole lot about that. I've shot a few boxes here and there. But when I picked up the gun, it's all they actually had at the gun store. They have a lot of guns, but not a lot of ammo. Go figure. I can't even remember all the ammos, but I've got plenty of it in the safe. 9mm. There's a lot of different. There's a lot of good 9mm ammo. I don't shoot steel through any of my guns, just because personally I think it's harder on the extractors and everything. It's a little harder to move. It cools down a little slower. It's your preference. I'm sure I've heard plenty of people that do and enjoy it. I like to be a little easier on my guns. The ergonomics of this gun, a lot of people will say that Glock's way too big. This is a Gen 3, by the way. Personally, I don't really trust the Gen 4s since they changed it and everything like that. I know people say they fixed it, but I just like to stick with where I know and trust. I have a Glock 30 and I've held the 20s and 21s. From what I understand, until you go to a 45 and up version, that's when the frames get bigger. You can get a SS for the Gen 3s, and the Gen 4s are, let me prop this up a little bit so you maybe it'll show for the camera a little better. But the Gen 4s are smaller made where you can switch out the grip sizes. They got 3, maybe 4 changeable back straps. I know it starts off at 0, the smallest one. That's kind of like the slim frame from what I hear. I keep calling it slim frame, it means short frame. It's not slimmer like this, it's shorter. It gets kind of confusing, especially when you hear everybody call it that. But anyway, I've even heard them call special forces. But the Gen 3's got the little rail that you can put a light on it. Your standard sights, and everything like that. But what I was getting to about the ergonomics is, like my friend, he has smaller hands. He can't hardly stand shooting the Glock 30s and the 20s and stuff like that because they don't fit his hand very well. Even the larger Springfields. My XD45 he couldn't. But this gun fits his hand almost perfectly. I think that most people, unless you have extremely small hands or something, you should be able to hold this gun. I mean, it feels like night and day compared to the. I love this grip, and I'm not really a big fan of the thicker grips. I think this fits my hand absolutely well. Um, the trigger on these guns, I hear a lot of people give them flack. Everybody's different when it comes to trigger preferences, but I really like, as polymer pistols go, this is one of my favorites. It's not squishy. I can tell when it breaks. As a matter of fact, I've owned Springfield XDM or XDs, shot XDMs. It's XDM. I think's got a better trigger, but I didn't get a whole lot of trigger time on that, and I didn't have experience with other polymer pistols when I shot the XDM. But I owned the XD. That trigger was alright. wasn't really my cup of tea. A lot of people love that better than the Glock. I owned a M&P 40, a couple of them, compact and full size version. That's a decent trigger, but it's a little harder to pull for me. But I'm not knocking anybody's triggers. This is just my preferences. But as far as trigger goes, I'm most accurate with this trigger. I have absolutely no problem shooting it. It's not a 1911 trigger, but as far as most polymer frame guns go, I've liked this trigger better than any of them. I like the sights on them. They call them combat style. They do the job well enough. I wish they was metal. They're plastic sights. They're pretty durable, but I've broke metal sights before. And fiber optic, to me, I'll own crappy sights before I own fiber optic, just because between me and my fathers and brothers, we broke probably 10 pairs of them, then reholstering them. I just don't trust them. But they're awesome sights. I love fiber optic. But these sights ain't bad. It's striker fired. It means you can take it all apart and clean it pretty much. It's one way. The takedown notches on this is a lot better than the bigger frame grips. You can buy extended levers, which I'm going to buy. On this one, for my hand, the controls seem about perfect. Comes with two 17 round magazines. I bought this stick, they call them stick mags, but 33 rounders, these cost about 50 bucks. As of right now, you're gonna have a hard time finding them, and from what I can hear, there's still a lot of these out available. So if you plan on getting one in the future, as it is today is Christmas Eve 2012 or 2012, you just got over that 21st, whatever. Anyway, today is Christmas Eve, 21st of 2012. Everybody knows in the gun world what's going on now. Dog's barking. Sorry about that. But alright guys, it's early in the morning. Just waking up. Thought I'd do a video. Thanks.